Ladies and gentlemen, each year the Utah High School Activities Association has sponsored an academic all-state team to recognize those young women who have excelled in the classroom as well as in competition. The Deseret News has joined with the UHSAA as title sponsor for this prestigious award. To view this year's academic all-state winners in volleyball, please visit UHSAA.org or visit the Deseret News website to find a complete list of the recipients. Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the court at this time. This year, the Utah Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association is awarding the top varsity team GPA for each classification in sport. Representing the Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association is Pam Olson, AD at Leonard High School and a member of the ADEC. The top team GPA for the 2018-19 season for 6A volleyball with an overall team GPA of 3.80 is Westlake High School. Congratulations, Westlake, on being the 6A volleyball academic state champion. On behalf of the Utah High School Activities Association, welcome to Utah Valley University for the Latin America Credit Union 6A Volleyball Championship, featuring the Classic World Athletes and the Olympic match. Welcome them back. Which is being presented by the cheerleaders of Pleasant Grove and Lone Peak. At this very moment, members of the United States Armed Forces, including some from Utah communities, protect our freedom as we enjoy this match. We pause to honor those men and women and to honor this nation. Please join us now as we listen to our national anthem, which will be sung by Erin Carlson, wife of head coach Reed Carlson, who is playing the role of our in the starting picture at the Halo Center Theater.
Oh, say can you see
And now, let's meet the non-starters for tonight's match. First of all, welcome the designated visiting team, the Pleasant Grove Vikings. Number 1, Emery Miller. Number 2, Amanda Shea. Number 4, Alina Rasmussen. Number 6, Madison Scott. Number 7, Amanda Clark. Number 12, Cameron Hamilton. Number 16, Nina Peterson. Number 18, Aliyah Togola. Number 19, Ashley Knight. Number 21, Kelly Jo Burgess. Number 25, Chloe Bishop. And number 26, Annika Larson. And now let's meet the non-starters for the designated home team, the Lone Peak Knights. Number 3, Rachel West. Number 4, Harmony Ferguson. Number 7, Brooklyn Maxfield. Number 8, McKenna Dahl. Number 12, Haley Elling. Number 13, Lauren Smith. Number 15, Mackenzie Templeton. Number 24, Soraya Jensen. Number 25, Amanda Peterson. Number 32, Grace Glimmer. Number 33, Avery Archer. Number 34, Emmeline Hudson. And number 35, Jordan Donahue. And now, let's welcome the starting lineups and coaching staffs for the 6A Championship match. Starting for Pleasant Grove, a junior, number 3, Jake Horsley. For Lone Peak, a senior, number 1, Emma Brooks. For Pleasant Grove, a senior, number 11, Sydney Baumgartner. For Lone Peak, a sophomore, number 2, Grace Adams. For Pleasant Grove, a sophomore, number 13, Heather Henderson. And for Lone Peak, a senior, number 6, Asia Barber. For Pleasant Grove, a junior, number 14, Brayden Bishop.
Welcome into the UCCU Center for the 6A Volleyball State Championship match, brought to you on live.ksl and DeseretNews.com. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. A rematch of the last couple of years here in the 6A finals. Pleasant Grove and Lone Peak. Dane, this is an interesting matchup. These two teams have met 3 times this year, and all 3 go the way of Lone Peak.
Yeah, but you could argue in terms of in-state competition, Dusty, Pleasant Grove has been the team that has dealt with Lone Peak the toughest this year. Had an opportunity in one of the region matches. They fell out in that match 3-2. But, hey, you look at these Vikings, Dusty, they haven't lost a set in this state tournament. They've been playing really, really well, and they come into this championship match with a lot of confidence.
And they certainly do. And you mentioned all the changes when you take a look at Pleasant Grove, you look at Miss Volleyball, who's been killing it for BYU, and Heather Knighting, she's gone. But another Knighting is leading the way for Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Vikings, Dustin, they've got so much size up front. I mean, Hampson's been really solid for them. Jardine, Bridget, I mean, they've got a lot of people that do great net play. They're tough on the blocks, and really expect PG up front to have some success. Knighting, just a young freshman, but Dusty, there's a lot of potential there.
Hey, you talk about two names, Hampson and Knighting, those are really big. When you look at the defending state champions in the Lone Peak Knights, this is a team, Dane, that has rolled through the year. We talked about it, getting 3 wins against Pleasant Grove, and they've returned some talent from a year ago as well.
Yeah, they graduated some great talent last year, Dusty, but we got the program in the shape Carlson does. I mean, this is more about reload than anything else. And, I mean, you look, a lot of talent on the floor. One of the captains introduced, and we're going to try to get this name right tonight, but Kahilauli. All right, we're going to go with that. Dusty, she's been solid for him this year, the senior, the libero, one of the captains, and really expect her to have a strong match tonight for Lone Peak to try to beat Pleasant Grove for the 4th time.
It's going to be a very interesting match. We're going to step aside as they go through warm-ups. The timing of these volleyball matches is always very interesting. Want to give you a little bit of a preset, so we'll step aside. When we come back, we'll be ready for the 6A state championship match on Live.KSL and Deseret News. We are all set and ready to go for the 6A state championship match. Pleasant Grove and Lone Peak. Dane Stewart alongside, I'm Dusty Lister alongside Dane Stewart. And it's been I can't believe it's been 12 months since we saw this match a year ago, which was a lot of fun, Dane. And just to get to think that once again, it almost seems like a rite of passage. If it's volleyball or boys basketball, that the state championship runs through Alpine and Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, very fitting, Dusty. We talked about the region battles, and I mean, this championship game last year was phenomenal. I mentioned they had some great regular season matches as well. These are the two best programs in the state of Utah. They have been for a number of years. They're continuing that going on right now, and I think we're set up for a fantastic championship match between two experienced coaches, two programs very familiar with each other. Got a pretty good crowd on hand here too, because there's a nice little rivalry. These schools not being far apart from each other down in Utah County.
Absolutely. Not only that, 6 days from now, PG
That's
Lone
right.
Peak football in the semifinals as well. So, yeah, no love lost. I don't think it's a heated rivalry. Probably is, a little bit more than maybe we think, but this is going to be a good one. We're all set and ready to go. The Royal Blue being done by the Pleasant Grove Vikings and the Whites from Lone Peak. And we are underway in the 6A championship match. A little bit mishandled there, and Lone Peak able to get it back over. Quick set, far side, big kill. And just like that, it is Brighton Bishop who played a major role last year getting the kill to start.
Yeah, and we've had a chance to watch these Pleasant Grove Vikings, Dusty, and Brighton Bishop. She is solid for them. She was solid early in the year in that win against Skyridge, and off to a nice start for the Vikings here.
Abby Miller long on the serve. Side out, and we are tied at 1.
That's going to be one of those keys, I think, if you're Pleasant Grove. You have to play, I don't want to say a perfect game, but you can't have a ton of unforced errors and a long service and quickly the side out. It's not a good start for Pleasant Grove.
Bishop trying to get a little finesse, couldn't get it to go. Big swing off the top of the block and a kill for Lone Peak, and I believe, I was trying to grab the number, it's hard on our angle here. I missed who the number was. If it was, in fact, Tasia Farmer, Dane, that would have been like 493 kills, at least off of the last match. Anyway, there's another quick touch to over, and another kill. That one goes to Ray Montrose, and it's 2-1, or probably 3-1, Lone Peak.
Yeah, pretty impressive, Dusty. When you look at some of the players that Lone Peak has, and Farmer, I mean, what a pace she's been on all year long, is a double touch there.
Double that one up, and so violation there on PG, and quickly now 4-1 in the rally scoring for Lone Peak. Now it handled by Bishop. Quick set and a swing right into the net. Val Gardson put it in the top of the tape, and it's 5-1 Knights.
Great start for Lone Peak. Not the start Pleasant Grove wanted. They've got to get a side out here and fast.
And Kendi Boyd enjoying this serve. And that one's long. So side out to PG, stops the bleeding, and it's 5-2.
Good call there by the libero. Bishop yelling that one long, 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 and Pleasant Grove able to get that side out.
Mia Peterson comes in on the rotation as Brighton Bishop is long on the serve. And just like that, side out back to the Knights. And the 6-2 lead is coming on now for Coach Carlson as Carly Burnson. Bishop goes down to get that one. Here's a swing and off the block and handled well. Nice job of keeping that one up by Pleasant Grove. Big swing coming up off the top of the block. And that is a Lone Peak point. And I believe that's Burnson. And timeout taken on the floor by Pleasant Grove. Out of the timeout, 7-2 Lone Peak. The early lead here in the 6A state championship match. Nice set, far side, can't get the kill to go down. Now swing from Lone Peak and right down the stripe. Misread there by the libero, Colby Brinton, and it's 8-2 Lone Peak.
We've seen a couple of those shallow kill shots from Lone Peak here in the early going, Dusty, finding some success right at the net.
And again, PG just a little erratic to get started here. Quick set, nice touch over, handled by Miller, and now, yeah, got a lift. Got Lauren Jardine the lift. And 9-2 now in favor of the Knights. You cannot give Lone Peak these 3 points. Far set, big swing, and that one's off the block, and there's a side out. And now we go to the serve to Pleasant Grove.
I think that was Mia Peterson at the net, the young sophomore. Dusty, we talked about Pleasant Grove. This is a young group. I mean, Valgertson's a senior, but a lot of the women that will get playing time today, they're underclassmen, juniors, and sophomore. It's been a good year for PG, but the future is still indeed bright.
Senior Valgartson long on that serve. Side out right back to Lone Peak, so PG unable to get any points here in the rally scoring. And it's a 7-point advantage as that is not handled well off the serve, and this one is in. Beautiful serve. How about the kill there? That was from, I believe that was Mikkel Dahl. If I could read the number from here. There's not a 6 on the roster, so it has to be Mikkel Dahl. That was a beautiful. Oh, no, they called it wide. Our back judge here had it down.
Yeah, he had it in.
Now the big swing coming near side, and now the side out. So it'll be 11-4 Lone Peak.
That one was coming a heater. Dusty right at Coach Jones. Vacated area of the floor, and Lone Peak able to get that side out quickly.
Again, our angle, we're angled just exactly how you see on the camera. Hard to pick up these numbers quickly. We'll get that down as Montrose now on the serve. A big swing there by, I believe that was Miller. Actually, it was Peterson. So now 11-5, and coming on to serve is Amanda Clark. And that goes into the net as Pleasant Grove, Dane, is yet to put back-to-back points on there, at least on the opposite side.
Yeah,
it's hurting him.
It's been the biggest problem in this first set, Dusty. I mean, every time PG gets the service, you think, okay, can they put together a run here? And it's been one and done every time for the Vikings.
Grace Scrimmer on the serve for Lone Peak. That went into the block and sent back, but PG able to keep it alive. They're going to come probably near side. No, quick set off the swing, and that one's right off the block, and a Lone Peak point, 13-5. And I believe on that one was Kennedy Boyd. The Knights just in control here in the opening set. Bishop goes back line, dug out. Now the big swing off the top. Can PG rally? Great job there by Boyd. Quick set, touch over, handled by PG. Now the swing to the back row. Set up the swing. Handled well by PG. Now Bishop. And that one's dug by Smith. Into the tape. And that long rally goes into favor of Lone Peak as Lauren Smith put that one to the top of the net. And it's 13-6.
So give some credit on that one, Dusty, to the libero, Britton. She's the one who had to go and dig out that great shot by Lone Peak, kept it alive, and able to convince the rest of her team to scrap together a nice save and a point.
Nice scramble there by Lone Peak. Now digs that one out. Here comes a swing from the back line. Dug out well by Britton. Now Brighton Bishop goes back line, handled by the Knights. A swing near side. That one's dug nicely by PG. Bishop now touches, goes back line, and handled once again. Quick set, touch over. Dug by Britton. And Bishop will keep it alive.
See PG now starting to settle in, Dusty. They've been handling some of these kill shots from PG, or from Lone Peak.
And they're going to get the lift. That was a tough angle there from Bishop, or pardon, from Miller to get underneath that. And a lift on there, and it's 14-6 in favor of the Knights. Grace Evans comes on to serve. As Brenton will go again back and handled easily. And now a nice job there by Lone Peak. Picking up another point. Dane, a commanding 15-6 lead here in the opening set.
I think that was Gabby Hawes, Dusty, and just a heads-up play that time. Recognized that PG had a gap in their defense and just able to touch it over for the night point.
Nice job as Bishop now get a big swing, but handled very well by that front line of the Knights. Quick set, big swing, handled by Brinton, but right back into the hands of the Knights. Again, quick set and a fiery burnt there. Kennedy Boyd with the big kill. And it's now a 10-point lead. Timeout on the floor. You're watching the 6A state championship. (16-6) out of the timeout there for Pleasant Grove. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart with you here at the UCCU Center. Miller sets up Bishop, and Bishop finds the back line and see if this can springboard Pleasant Grove. They might not win the set, Dane, but they got to find some momentum going into set number 2.
Yeah, and we've seen that, Dusty. I mean, you think back to the state championship last year, the 5A state championship, and, you know, some early momentum trying to build for later success in later sets. And you're exactly right. PG, I mean, if they could get to even 15, that'd go a long way towards set number 2.
It is hard to get there when you've got Mikkel Dahl continuing to just absolutely stripe one. And it is 17-7 on the side out.
I mean, I think it's pretty easy, and I think Coach Jones may even agree. I think Lone Peak has been a little more ready to play this match out of the locker room. PG's got to settle into this a little bit.
They've seen continue to struggle to handle the serve. That one goes into the net, and it was hard to keep that one out. And now 11-point lead is Kendi Boyd had a very good first serve. And now the swing from that far side held up. A nice job. Jardine couldn't get that one through. Now a big swing, and that one's wide. And side out to PG, 10-point advantage.
You know, Dusty, one of the interesting things, I'm no mathematician, but as I went through the schedule, I think Lone Peak has only lost like 6 sets in state this year. And so, I mean, it's a pretty tall task that PG has. And I know we talk about, you know, PG's been a little slow out of the gate, but a lot of that is the success of Lone Peak and what this team has done this year. It's a deep and extremely talented team for Coach Carlson.
And again, as long as I got the number right, that's Mikkel Dahl continuing to absolutely kill it as that serve goes into the net.
See if they can put together a little bit of a run here. Could use some Pam Beasley service out there for you office fans joining us today.
10-point lead, 19-9 is once again Dahl with a rocket, but this one dug out nicely by PG. Goes back line, able to keep control, and a quick set into the net as Ray Montrose could not get on top of that one, and it's 19-10.
I think Ray just may have thought she was closer to net than she was. Dusty, I think if that set is another 3 inches, she's got a great shot at the kill.
Valgartson on the serve. Try to get that one over. And again, kind of balancing around here, and now we had a lift. So now 19-11, and PG can get a bit of a run here, cut this thing down to maybe 5 points. Maybe make this first set a little more interesting, but there you go. You said, Dahl says, enough of that.
Right.
Mercy, she killed that one.
Yeah. You know, it's maybe we should try to get like a like a pitching
radar
speedometer, right?
Yeah, the radar.
That one had some good juice behind it.
So that one behind. Haas dug out nicely there by Bishop. Now a big swing from Peterson, and she got that one in. A shot by Mia Peterson, the sophomore, and once again with another point. And it's 20-12.
Right in the corner. Great placement there on the kill.
There's Aaliyah Rasmussen on for the serve. I believe that was Haas sending that one over. Set this one up on the swing and timing off a little bit, but Jardine able to get it over. Big swing from the outside, and that one goes off the block and out. And that is a point there for Lauren Smith. (21-12), 4 points to take the first set. Here comes a swing again from Mia Peterson, but dug nicely by Lone Peak. Send it back over. Miller tries to sneak one over the top. Jardine can't get that one. Now Peterson with the left hand, and it's dug out from the floor by Boyd, setting it up on the far side. Now can they keep it alive? Rasmussen does, and nicely done here. Great rally. Haas just going to have to keep it alive, and does. Big swing from Peterson, has to touch it over. Back line, and that one's off the block, and a Lone Peak point. All that scrambling leads to another kill from Mikkel Dahl.
Dusty, we talked earlier in this set about PG had a couple of real nice digs. That time it's Lone Peak. Giving some of PG's own medicine right back to him. Nice digs to keep that point alive and eventually scoring.
Big swing from Peterson right down the far side. Up the rail if we're playing football, and it's 22-13, side out to PG.
Dusty, they strung together a couple nice points last service. See if they can do it again here.
Have to continue to find some of that rhythm as that one, the pass was just miscommunicated as Lauren Smith couldn't get to it. She was waiting for the set, and no one got to it. 22-14. Oh, how about that? It wasn't the best set in the world, but Boyd didn't care. Boyd was all over that one.
Was it Haas who had the set, or it might have been Bernston? Either way, it was a fantastic job of touching that back, and no doubt for Kennedy Boyd coming up and bringing one home strong.
You talk about, you give Boyd the ability to get on top of the ball. My goodness. And a nice swing through that time as Heather Hampson able to get that one through. A name well known to PG fans, her sister an All-American at BYU, both volleyball and women's basketball. 23-15. Again, trying to set up that swinging gate, and that one works once again. And again, I believe that was Boyd with the point, and it's now a set point.
Great recognition. PG's got a couple blockers up there. Boyd able to just touch that right over him, and not much that Pleasant Grove could do with that.
Looking to take this first set. As that one goes into the block, and PG trying to keep it alive, and it goes out. And the first set goes the way of the Lone Peak Knights. Set number one, Lone Peak 25, PG 15. You're watching the 6A State Championship on Live.KSL and DeseretNews.com. And welcome back into the UCCU Center. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. First of all, I want to thank MBK MFan, Undo is the name on there, letting us know that Tasia Farmer is in fact number 6. On our roster was number 3. So Tasia Farmer, unofficially, at least according to Dusty Litster, has 700 kills on the year. I mean, on Max Preps, they had her with 492 coming from whatever the last time they updated the stats. I mean, we're not keeping open stats here. She had about 10 points in that first set.
Yeah. What a year, huh? I mean,
yeah.
Shoot, Dusty, I don't even get that on video games. And whether it's volleyball or something else, I mean, that's phenomenal. The success that Tasia Farmer's had for this Lone Peak squad has undoubtedly been one of their better players.
That serve goes out of bounds, and PG gets the first point of the second set, and they got to find momentum anywhere and any way they can get it. And now returning the favor, so 2 service errors to start the set, and it's 1-1.
That one just long.
As Kennedy Boyd going to be on the serve here for the Lady Knights. Quick set, and Bishop almost seemed a little too routine as that one dug well by PG. Nice send over there by Valgardson, but Lone Peak able to scramble and keep it alive. Quick set, big swing off the top of the block. Did they say it was touched? I believe they did. And that would be a point to Lauren Jardine. Off the top of the block and 2-1 Vikings.
Nice hustle there by Grace Evans, Dusty. Had to retreat and quickly to cover that back line. Was able to keep it in play for Lone Peak.
Big swing from Farmer, dug by Bishop. Set near side, touch over the top of the block and in. I tell you what, this young sophomore, Mia Peterson, has had a very good first 2 sets.
Yeah, and Dusty did the PG Skyridge match earlier this year, and she had a good game in that one too. You mentioned just a sophomore, bright future ahead of her.
And we have said that about a lot of the talent in the last few years since we started covering volleyball. Is on the serve is Gabby Haas. And that point goes to Lone Peak. Again, miscommunication there from PG. We're tied at 3. Send to the far side into the block. And so is she going to get a kill on this one, but she'll take the block as Tasia Farmer sent that one back. No soup for you. It's 4-3. As Haas's serve continues, and she's long. Tied at 4, side out to the Vikings.
You can already tell, Dusty, we're early on in this second set. But PG looking much more composed, settled in. I mean, that first one, you get some of the nerves out, you come back in set number 2, and I mean, you're trailing, 1-0. You've got to find a way to claw back in it. But, I mean, there's a better energy. There's better placement. They're moving much better, communicating better. This looks like a much different PG team than what we saw in the first set.
Leah Rasmussen with the ace on one serve and then sides out on the service error. And it's 5-5. And Tasia Farmer now at control here for Lone Peak. Passing much better, and now comes a big swing, and my goodness, that's like the Nintendo game beach volleyball. You keep hitting B, A, and get the power on that one.
But not a lot that Kielani could have done on that one. Dusty, when that one came up on her so quickly.
Handcuffed her.
Yep.
Nice job of Farmer getting a dig on that one. Goes back line. Man, that was perfect placement there by Carly Burnson. Side out, tied at 6.
Yeah, Clark was hoping that one was going to go long. That was the initial read that she had on it, but that ball just able to duck underneath that back line and knotted up 6 apiece.
Kauhi Lauili on the serve and coming near side but long. And it'll be 7-6 Lone Peak. So Kielani, Kauhi Lauili Another serve. Oh, beautifully done. At first, it was great, but Abigail Miller able to fit that one in.
A little deception there, huh? Nice job of looking like we're going to set something up, and instead a little dink and dunk there.
She must get a good spin on that one. I thought initially, I'm like, man, that's going to be well wide. There's another ace for the Vikings. As Chloe Brinton able to get the point there. PG takes an 8-7 lead. Haas with a nice set, and Burnson puts that one to the top of the tape. And PG with their first 2-point lead of the match. It's 9-7.
I was going to say the biggest lead for PG. Same thing, but yeah, Dusty, right now it's PG the one playing with some confidence.
Quick set. Oh, big swing by Boyd. She didn't have to get a full, she didn't get on top of that ball. She took that one sidearm, Bernie Kosar style, and plants that one in the back line.
I mean, Dusty, on the roster we have, she's listed at 6'2". She looks even longer than that. Really great net presence for Lone Peak in Kennedy Boyd.
And Ricks on the serve. Quick touch over, nice hustle. Sent back over by Lone Peak. Set near side, big swing off the top of the block, and Britton Bishop able to put that one away.
Some nice deception. Boyd was the middle blocker there. Had to stay true to the middle, wasn't quite certain where that set was going, tried to come over quickly to help double on the block, but couldn't get there in time, and PG able to capitalize.
So now on the serve is Miller. Steps in, Doug. Now Bishop will come in on the swing. Nice job of keeping this one alive. Doug nicely there by PG. Now big swing off the outside and off the block. And the point picked up by Pleasant Grove. And on the point there was number 18, Aliyah Tokalov.
And we talk a lot about high school sports, Dusty, really preparing high school athletes for their lives and for the next level. Coach Carlson letting his girls play through this. Some, real positive emotion on the PG side, and Lone Peak has had a couple of unforced errors leading to Viking points, and Coach Carlson just letting his troops try to fight through this.
And a big swing and point there from Sydney Valgardson. And how about this, PG taking a 4-point lead, 12-8, timeout on the floor from Lone Peak. You're watching the 6A state championship. Welcome back in the UCCU Center. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart. 4-point lead for Pleasant Grove, looking to even this state championship matchup at one set apiece. Big swing from Boyd and a block by Sydney Valgardson. And it's now 13-8 Vikings. This is looking like a totally different Pleasant Grove team.
And Lone Peak team, Dusty. It's got to be that east side, right?
It has to be. East Siders. That one goes off the block, and it's now 14-8 Vikings.
For those of you wondering, that is the intro for the East Leopards and the old gridiron, and my favorite intro in the entire state right there.
14-8. PG continuing to add to the lead as that serve goes long, and outside out to Lone Peak looking to take some momentum back here.
You know, Dusty, and that's the remarkable thing. You look at this match, or this game. Lone Peak's only trailing by 5. I mean, it's not like, they're out of it. It's not like the first set where, Lone Peak built a double-digit lead. This is still very doable for Lone Peak, and if you're PG, you can't take your foot off the pedal here.
Nice touch over by Bishop. This is exactly what you're looking for. Get a 2 for 1 without letting him set it up. Nice dig out of that back line. And now another swing. Tokolov had to take that one off rhythm. Quick set. Boyd, touch over. Nice job. Handled nicely. Set piece over the top. Hounded down, and then Tasia Farmer. That is what Lone Peak needed. As Grace Evans, got to give her credit. She had the dig that kept that point alive, and it's now 14-10.
Yeah, great rally there. But, I mean, you mentioned the digging by Lone Peak and ending up to the point. Dusty, for the first time in this set, I think we saw some Lone Peak emotion back out there.
Valgaardson puts a motion and a little bit of momentum right back on the Royal Blue. It's now 15-10. There's no dig in that one. And a big set. And how about Tasia Farmer? 701 kills now.
Yeah, and when you see that, Dusty, I mean, that's just so quick.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even know what happened.
Hey, you know, it's like another 3 that wore Lone Peak colors. And Tyler or TJ Haas, every time he got the ball, it's like, yeah, that's in. So every time she swings, I'm just assuming that the point's going down.
Right.
Nice job of handling that one at the net by Peterson. She touches over. Nice job of keeping that one alive by Lone Peak. Tokolov off the outside. Nice touch over. Great hustle by Evans. Keeping this one alive. Quick set. Valgaardson dug by Evans. Tasia Farmer. That one's off the block and another point for Farmer, and it's now a 3-point set, 15-12.
Grace Evans, just a sophomore, Dusty, but 2 huge digs there for Lone Peak to keep that rally going. Great job by number 2.
Boyd on the serve. Now the swing, dug nicely by Boyd. Farmer from the outside, able to keep that one alive. Again, Farmer off the swing. Handled nicely. Tokolov able to keep it alive. Far side, that one's a little shy. And now, yeah, going to get a lift. No net violation on Lone Peak. The point goes to PG, and it's 16-12.
Maybe some miscommunication there. It looked like Montrose thought that she was going to have the opportunity to kill, but it sailed over her head and ended up being a little short on the backside for Farmer.
Yeah, it was a little shallow there, just barely above the tape. And now Farmer. That one's in rhythm, in the pocket, but she's a little long. And it's 17-12. Valgaardson puts that one in the net. And 13-7. Valgaardson, interesting enough, she's really tall. She has a long arm, but she plays that, her serve right about shoulder height there. As Gabby Haas comes on to serve. Quick set, nice handle there once again by Evans. Farmer. That one's dug by PG. Tokolov crawls off the top of the tape and rolls off.
You know, Dusty, going back to your point about Valgaardson, is one who shoots a basketball with a side spin on it as the world turns. You know, yours truly. Hey, if it works, I ain't messing with it.
Nice set off the block and could not get that one through Burnson and I believe Ray Montrose.
Yep.
17-15 as Lone Peak has just done a nice job. Steady Eddie on the defensive side of the net of being able to hold points.
And Dusty, they're within 2. I mean, you think about how this set started. Wouldn't have guessed that that'd be the case, but they've just battled back.
Man, how about the effort? Because I didn't think there's any way the Keohila'ili was able to get to that one.
Yeah.
But she almost did, and it's 18-15.
I feel like this number 2 set so important for PG to win, to find a way to try to close it out. Tied 1-1. Obviously very different from down 0-2 against the defending state champs.
Man, it's got to feel so good to have someone like Tasia Farmer. You just run every point to that side of the floor, and it doesn't matter, everyone knows. She just absolutely kills it.
And with the emphaticness of her finish, Dusty, I mean, such an easy way for your team to get that emotion going again, right? To get some excitement back on the floor, some energy. What a weapon.
And that is mishit by Lauren Jardine. And it's a 1-point match here, 1-point set, 18-17. And all that good momentum, a 5-point lead, 14-9 at 1 point. Nice dig there by Brinton. And that one's long. Errors from PG. Timeout on the floor. We are tied at 18 in set number 2 of the 6A state championship. Set number 2, tied at 18. Tasia Farmer on the serve. Bishop able to handle that one cleanly off the top of the block. Kept alive here by Lone Peak. Jardine got that one over, and nice scramble and rally there by Lone Peak, able to keep the point alive. Bishop, quick set. Jardine backline. Farmer able to get her hand on it. But it sent everyone kind of in motion, as that was a nice swing by Jardine, and PG takes a 19-18 lead.
Substitution number 7, Amanda Clark for the Vikings.
Nice job on that kill from Boyd, and there's the lift. 20-18. Nice response by PG out of the timeout.
Yeah, I mean, you're tied up, Dusty, and you know that, this game or this set could really swing either way, and you see PG come out with 2 nice points and some nice aggressiveness as well.
Oh, nice job on that dig. Oh, nicely placed, but nice, also great defense there by Haas. Keeping that one alive as Bishop comes right back. Or probably it is to Bishop. That was Heather Hampson with the set, and that one is from Farmer, but Hampson right there. And it's now 21-18 Vikings. Timeout on the floor, Lone Peak. You're watching the 6A state championship. (21-18) the lead for the Vikings, looking to tie this 6A championship up a set apiece. But we know the Lone Peak has got to kick in them here in the final few points here. Bishop off the block, able to keep that one alive. Go right back. Is Amanda Clark, someone back line, handled easily. Burnson, dug by Clark. That pass was kind of in between. Farmer got it alive, go far side, and that was an interesting point. The point will go to Lauren Smith. That was kind of in between there.
Not very often that you see both sides of the net go up and play it softly, right? And was deflected out off of Hampson, hence the Lone Peak point. See if they have a run in them here. Dusty to try to close out this second set.
It'll be Brian Bishop And she's wide, and 1 point set again, 21-20. First one to 25, got to beat by 2 if we're at 24-20. Well, if we're tied at 24 anyway. And that one's in, an ace from Kay Hilali'i. And we're tied at 21.
Boy, that right on the line. Not a lot more space to work with than what they had there.
You're watching the 6A state championship. T 21 all here in the 6A state championship. If you want to learn how to get $20,000 or more going to college, go to natguard.com. Utah Army National Guard, proud sponsor of Deseret News Rewind. Is that from Hampson right into the bench, and Lone Peak takes their first lead, Dane. I believe it was, actually, I haven't even led in this set. It was 1-1.
And that one, Dusty, that's a tough miss.
This will be a heartbreaking set for PG as Bishop has that one dug. Farmer from the back line, and she's long, tied at 22.
Boy, PG fortunate, Dusty. I mean, you've got the best killer for Lone Peak with an opportunity, sends it long. I go back to that last point, and I mean, PG, you have an opportunity to get the service back, push it wide. Very fortunate they get another opportunity here.
Quick set, Boyd gives Lone Peak the lead back, 23-22.
And now does PG have one more defensive stand?
And it's got to start on the serve. A clean pass here is on the serve for Lone Peak is number 1, Emma Ricks. And not a clean pass, nice serve. Touches off the top of the net, able to be kept alive. It'll be a swing and a point. Set point for Lone Peak.
Might have been Lara Smith.
Yeah, Lauren Smith able to put that one away. Set point, Lone Peak. Ricks handled cleanly. It'll be Bishop off the top of the block. And did they call it in? No, they did. The second set goes the way of the Knights. They take it 25-22. They are looking for the sweep when we come back in the 6A state championship. And welcome back to the UCCU Center. PG trying to keep the 6A state championship alive, trailing 2-0. Had a 14-9 lead in set 2, lost a set 25-22.
Well, you just wonder, I mean, how much grit will PG show in this third set, Dusty? I mean, they had every opportunity to take set number 2, let it slip through their fingers, and trailing 0-2. How do they come out here in this third and potentially deciding set?
A nice job here on the rally as Bishop tried to sneak that one over and couldn't get it done. Is Farmer. Tasia Farmer. Good grief. This is where I'd be concerned if I was a volleyball player, concerned my daughter's health.
I don't know if she's a softball player, Dusty, but if she is, it's probably a good thing that they don't go overhand in softball, right?
1-0, the lead for Lone Peak. Back lined and too long from Jardine. And it's 2-0 Knights. Looking for back-to-back state championships and the 4th win over PG this season. As Bishop goes long, she's saying off the top of the block, and she's not getting the benefit of the call there. As Boyd has had good serves in this championship matches. That quick set was a little too shallow. Valgardson put that one into the net, and it's for Love, Lone Peak.
Yeah, I kind of had this fear. Let's see if PG can get the side out, get a little confidence going here in this third set.
And that one's into the block. Valgardson touches over. Going to set up Farmer. Farmer off the top of the block and handled, but too close to the net, and they're going to get a net violation there on Farmer. And finally, the side out will be 4-1 as the serve will go to Brighton Bishop.
See Abby Miller out there trying to cheer on her squad, trying to help pick up the energy here with the service.
Oh, beautiful placement. Wow, how about that one from Valgardson? And now Farmer, and net violation on PG. So the point to the Knights, and it's 5-1. Too bad because you're able to dig the kill there from Farmer. As Burnson will come on to the front line here, as Ricks will come off, as it is Haas on the serve. And too long from Sydney Valgardson, and it's 6-1 Knights.
PG just needs something to go their way. They need something to be confident, to cheer, to get some energy, enthusiasm out there. Lone Peak just putting the clamps on, not giving any space right now for
Farmer
PG.
with another one, and it's 7-1 Lone Peak. And how about the fall if Lone Peak's able to hang on, take this one? Girls soccer and volleyball.
Yeah.
Taking state championships.
By the way, football's still alive.
Yeah, we'll be doing this again, PG, Lone Peak in the semifinals, as that one is roofed. No shot is Haas and Burnson right there. Timeout, PG. 8-1 Lone Peak in the third set. Out of the timeout, 8-1 Lone Peak. Oh, nice job of keeping that one alive. gets another crack at it, but Peterson wasn't able to fool anyone. As Farmer, man, she just is so different than anybody else on the floor. And it's not always just hitting the front line there, Dane. She finds a lot of top spin and fits it right in front of the back line just as often as she does striping it down one of the sidelines.
You're right. Obviously, the velocity, you can see that, but the accuracy as well. I mean, the combination of those two skill sets for Farmer, no wonder why she's been the most dominant offensive player in the state this year.
Off the block and another point. 10-1 for the start of the third set. Lone Peak 15 points away from claiming the state championship.
They can start to sense it, Dusty. That last time out in the huddle, you could start to see that confidence coming in. Not that they're celebrating anything early, but they realize they've got the shot here in 2018.
No way to get there, take that one. It's side out, 10-2. Stepping up will be Sydney Valgartson, one of the few seniors. I mean, let's say this for PG. They will graduate a lot of talent, but they bring back a ton of this talent next year. Is one of the first miss hits of the evening from Tasia Farmer, and it's 10-3. But the seniors, Aaliyah Rasmussen, Amanda Clark, Sydney Valgartson, Cameron Hamilton. There's not a lot of seniors here. Another one absolutely smoked by Farmer.
And that time we're adding about a 4-foot vertical too, Dusty. She leaped through the gym. I mean, I don't know how you defend that.
You don't.
Right.
You run and hide.
That's what I'd be doing.
Farmer from the back line. And once again, picking up a point. Yeah.
That's not even at the net. It's still like, oh, good luck.
Like Terry Benedict tells Rusty on Ocean's 11, run and hide. 9-point lead once again, 12-3. Tokalev, and one of the first mistake really of this set there from Lone Peak, but it's an 8-point advantage. And we'll be on the serve here with Aaliyah Rasmussen.
See if PG can get some of that confidence back here. They had in set number 2.
Big swing. Bishop able to keep that one up. Now Miller will send it over. Farmer, does she get it right back? No. It'll be Burnson. Buries it. And it's 13-4. Timeout, PG. They trail by 9 in the 6A state championship. (13-4), Lone Peak leading PG. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart with you. 5A state championship match will be coming up right after this one, as Boyd is long on that one. They thought it was a touch, and they say it was a touch. I think that was correct. 14-4. The lead now for Lone Peak. Bishop able to get the dig there. Hampson right in the block there. Off the top of it, able to get it right back. They're going to quick set. Boyd is met right at the net. Nice job by Mia Peterson and Heather Hampson combining on that one. Like, I'm not sure what the Hampsons do, but every one of their kids are over 7'5". It's amazing because you even have the brother Hampson on the basketball team. As Boyd again with that sidearm kill, and it's 15-5. I mean, they put Miracle Grow in their baby shoes. I need to find out what they do. My daughters are going to be easy to get to 5'8". And I mean, they need them to pay for their own college somehow.
Yeah. Well, maybe they can take up golf.
Or be good setters.
There you go.
Yeah.
Libero?
Yeah, absolutely. Something. Nice set. Big swing from Bishop right into the block. Boyd was all over that one. 16-5, side out to the Knights. Nice dig. Bishop touches it over. Track down. Back line from Farmer. My goodness. That one was beach volleyball. B-B-B-B-B-B-A.
It's one of those where you see, let's add a running start, huh? Oh, man.
And it is so fun to watch.
Yep.
That ball just died on that serve. Hampson puts it into the block, able to keep it alive as PG. Bishop back into the block, and Boyd once again. Didn't even give her a chance. 18-5 now.
And you can see Lone Peak can sense it, Dusty.
They can sense her going after it. Lost 6 matches on the season coming into this. Undefeated in region play, the national rank of 54.
Didn't lose to an in-state team all year. Most of the time, shut them out.
Nice job of keeping that one alive. Quick swing from Boyd, put that one right in rhythm. And it's 19-5, Lone Peak. Yeah, when you look at it, it was in a tournament. Lost to Marymount from Los Angeles, 2 sets. Lost to Jesuit from Portland, Oregon. Then Scottsdale Christian. But, I mean, when you play in these tournaments, you're only playing, I mean, they lost 2 sets.
Yeah.
They played that a lot shorter there. It is a nice job of keeping that one alive. You only play 3 sets in those tournaments. As Farmer comes from the back line, here kissed it off the top of the tape. Big swing from Larson, able to keep it alive. Once again, Farmer, and can't find it. A rare miss hit tonight as we sign out to PG. 19-7 the lead for Lone Peak. And again, a point for the Knights. 5 points away from a state championship. As Evans will come on. As the maroon and gold, Dane ready to raise another banner.
Yeah, and great trust here at the Utah Community Credit Union Center here on the campus of UVU. These 2 student sessions, we've talked about the rivalry, Dusty, between PG and Lone Peak. They're sitting right next to each other. There's no security. A lot of trust down there for a bunch of 17-year-olds.
Hey, we can let them drive on a freeway. We should trust they can compose themselves a little bit. 21-7 the lead for Lone Peak. 3 years in a row, memory serves. PG took it 2 years ago. Lone Peak took it last year. And on the cusp of taking it again this year. But not only that, it'd be a 4-game sweep against PG. As Farmer had that one block off the net, and then we have a violation. I think Farmer got into the net here. Actually, I say replay the point.
Yeah, I think an inadvertent whistle.
And that's why I was thinking it would be a net violation. Farmer, it looked like she might get into it. As Evans on the serve. Got that one off the mark, and then this one is a net violation on PG. Is Amanda Schneck could not, or
Farmer.
yeah, Schneck could not get into that one.
Yeah, and Farmer's a little hobbled. I'm not sure if she came down on an ankle or what, but she's trying to fight that one off. She was the one that got whistled for the violation, and she's going to stay on here.
She didn't want to miss the final 3 points of her high school career.
Right.
Big swing from the outside and long off the hand of Annika Larson. 2 points we go in the championship points here, 23-7. Chloe Bishop on the serve. Farmer, long. And it's 22-9 now. Well, pardon me, they had to take that point off. They had put on the wrong side. So 22-9 on that point. Quick set. Boyd is long here, coming wide. And 22-10. Big swing from Farmer. And another net violation. 22-11. We look at PG on the year, 21-8. 5-3 in region, those 3 losses to Lone Peak. And an ace as PG put on a little bit of rhythm here. Not going to go down without a fight.
It was actually 2 of those losses were to PG in region play. The third was to Bingham.
Oh, right.
And they played Lone Peak in a non-region contest early in the year, which was, I don't know how that works, but apparently it does.
They said they wanted that one. Say, why not? Let's find out how good we are.
Right?
You want to play the best, you might as well, you want to be the best, might as well play the best. I think both schools recognize that. Real, recognizing real, as the kids say. 23-12, the lead. The final touches here for the 6A season, but the man, Val Gartson saying no, I don't think so. 23-13.
Nice effort being shown here by Pleasant Grove, Dusty. I mean, this third set got out of hand pretty fast, but you see a nice run being put together here by the Vikings. Now, I'm not saying that they're in a position to come back and win it yet. They've essentially got to play perfect for the next 12 points to do it, but they've been on a nice run here. Shown some nice resolve.
You got to go on a 10-1 run here. Set near side, Farmer, she's long. And she got hobbled. She's missed her last 3 swings, and it's 23-14. Special Coach Carlson would take a timeout just to calm everyone down, reset everyone, but he's going to let them play through it. Nice touch over. Quick set. Val Gartson goes to back line. Lone Peak out of sync, and not going to get the point back over. And
I'm taking it right about now.
Yeah, it was 22-8. And right now, 23-15.
And you can start to feel some of that emotion coming back for PG. We learned in that second set, Dusty, when they play it with emotion, they are really, really good.
And they're going to say went off the block there. Boyd went long. And it is championship point, 24-15.
Wow. I missed that.
Well, I saw the cheering going on from Lone Peak, and I wanted to wait to hear it, but you see PG contest it. So championship point, here we go, 24-15. Can Lone Peak get back-to-back championships? Nice serve. And I side out PG. And I think when they look at their season, Dane, as corny as this is, they say, this is who we are. You just keep fighting. You never stop.
It would be the run of runs here for Pleasant Grove to extend this game.
And again, long on the kill by Burnson. It is 24-17. Madison Scott on the serve for PG. Tasia Farmer. And that'll do it. Back-to-back state championships for the Lone Peak Knights. They take this 3-0 and claim back-to-back state championships.
Dusty, coming into this year, I think Lone Peak was the favorite to do it again in 2018, and you look at how this season went, no doubt they handled Bingham, they handled Pleasant Grove 4 times, the only loss coming out of state, and again through the state championship losing a total of 6 sets inside the state of Utah. Coach Carlson, what he has built here at Lone Peak has been phenomenal. You look at Tasia Farmer, Kennedy Boyd, the defense today was spectacular for the Knights. Congratulations on back-to-back state championships for Lone Peak.
Our National Guard player of the game going to go to Tasia Farmer. There's no one else I can go to. As Lone Peak takes it 3-0, claims back-to-back state championships. Congratulations to PG on another spectacular season. What a terrific program Coach Jones continues to show. But it's Coach Carlson and the Knights claiming back-to-back titles. For Dane Stewart, Ryan Rasmussen, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us and watching the 2018 6A State Championship Volleyball match on live.ksl and DeseretNews.com.
And Jim Whitaker. We begin the award ceremonies with the presentation of the second place trophy in the 6A volleyball tournament to the Pleasant Grove Vikings. We conclude the ceremonies by awarding the game ball and the state championship trophy to the Lone Peak Knights.